All right, we are live. Hello, hello, everybody. Good morning. How are you all doing? Looks like we all got that set up. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of couple of simple things, such as stripping these wires. Is what I'm working with right now. I don't know if you guys can see this very well, but basically I've reconfigured the setup where I have everything undone, like so, into individual wires, and I have put uh, basically heat shrink wrap around them ahead of time. All I need to do is like just strip them, and then we'll try to attempt to solder it back to the USB. So let me get my strippers. I got one already stripped for the most part. One here though. Let me go back over here. I think the smallest one will work. Oh, damn. Bumped that one, but there we go. That's it. That was a little bit more force than I thought it would to require to strip that, but yeah, it's that's clean as you can see right there. It's clean off. So try this one again. There we go. That's a little bit better. That one has a lot of wire there, actually, as you guys can see. Makes me think maybe I should have stripped a little bit more off of the red one. I just had to press down hard enough and pull. Привет, как дела? Прямо сейчас я пытаюсь, как это сказать, резать, вырезать корпус из провода. Right now I'm trying to strip away the wire. Все хорошо? Круто. Круто, круто. Прямо сейчас я строю провод USB. Снова. I'm building a USB cable again. And for those who are curious in chat, I am translating back into English what I'm saying, generally speaking. There we go. What? Сделано. So we have our 4 wires here. And I'm gonna use the red one here first. Gonna push all these ones back. And have this one in the jaws of this this armature thing here. It's very hard to position these, I feel. Здорово, спасибо. Прямо сейчас мне нужно использовать паяльник, чтобы соединить эти концы. О, it timed you out. Слишком много эмоджи, я думаю, что. Too many emojis. You don't think this is different from your niche and can harm your algorithm? I don't think it will. I don't think it will. I don't think YouTube is like that. I don't think they're like that these days. I don't think they're like, oh, you're only a gaming channel, you could only be gaming or something like this. I think as long as it's not like something gross or dumb or against TOS, I think it's probably fine. Just gotta get these lined up, man. That's really it, you know. That's the only thing I'm struggling with here. I gotta get my wire here, my cable. Come on. There we go. Pop. So I'm gonna just put this on this side. Just get around it in between my feet. I feared. I am feared, and that's why I'm uh, open to different tech channel. I got you. Fair enough. Fair enough. I think if people, this is the thing, right? Like, I think if people want to look for this type of content, they'll find it, and I think that's a little bit better. If I put this here, where is it relative to the camera? It's right there. So you guys can see that. I think that's a bit better for you guys, right? Oops. I think it's how this like rotates on its axis. Sadly, it's not the best setup that I'm working with. A lot of it, unfortunately, hinges on the fact that um, hinges on the fact that this needs to align properly. Not as exactly easy as 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna get some equipment on, and we're gonna start this again. I don't know if this is affecting you guys, but it looks like I have to move a couple of things. I think if the oh wait, I see. Where is it? Where's the element? Here it is. Yeah, it's better. I'll put this like right over here, so I can like actually see it. It's not getting, you know, eclipsed by the camera feed. Very gently move that in. All right. Actually, I'm gonna need the mask first. So I have this all adjusted and everything. I'll put that down. Hmm. No. And how does that look? Okay. So, to answer your questions, yes, I am making it from scratch. I'm gonna check that connection. Now, from my view, it looks good, fairly good. It's not perfect, but yeah, you sort of got an idea of what we're doing here. Are you doing soldering? Yeah, I am. I'll let this turn off for a second here. Pretty neat, right? Left a like? Yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Now we've done that, we can basically wrap this here. I want to sort of shimmy this over. Like so. Now, probably, most likely, grab this. Okay. That's about as good as it's going to get. What component are you working? Are you currently working out? What's the chronological order of steps? Well, I'm changing a couple of things. One, I'm soldering every wire individually now, and then I'm gonna put a wrap around it. So you can see here that this is entirely sheathed, and it's gonna be encased in, as you can see, heat shrink wrap. You can see that right there, yeah? Oops. There you go. So to give you an idea of what's going on there. What did Baba do? Sorry, do you mean Babaka? Babaka? I think they spammed emojis and they got banned by the bot because they were doing emoji spam. Again, don't do this. It's probably warm enough though. Gotcha. Yeah. It being a little bit goofy. Speaking of goofy, let me just move some things here. Bring that here and that there. Right here. Come on. Come on, wire. There we go. But yeah, I mean, to me personally, that looks like a good joint. Here, I'll show you what I'm looking at. Oh, that's interesting. I'll put this here. That's the joint that I have. Come on. Trying to move around the equipment on a small desk can be a little bit problematic, but that's it right there. So that's a much better solder connection overall. It's much more solid. That's hopefully going to hold much better. It looks pretty solid. But now I'm gonna try with the other wire here. It's about the same length, I think, approximately. Okay. I'm gonna push that up a little bit there so you can see sort of what I've done. That's the tab and it's up. I'm gonna make this a little smaller so you guys can see my workbench. Currently going outside for a while. I know this stream would take 2.5 hours, so I'll be back probably by an hour. All right, we'll see you later. Have a good day. Just make this a little bit easier to look around at the end. I want this to nicely fit over. Something like that. That might be okay. You could wear gloves. It's dangerous. It's actually very hard to move precisely with gloves. And it's actually more the fumes that I'm worried about. Oops. Not great. It's an alright solder joint there. Hey, Rainbow Jack. How's it going, man? That's okay. It's not great. It's a little too much there. But what I can do is see how well it sheaves. I think it'll sheathe all right. Uh, that's kind of questionable. It's a lot of solder. Have to sleep. Sorry. All right. I'll be seeing you later, man. Have a wonderful sleep. Yeah. So wrapping it around has its own problems. I've realized it has its own drawbacks, and that's because you guys can hear me well. It has its own drawbacks because basically the solder joint ends up being a lot larger than it really should. You see? So this one here is much smaller on the right hand side, and the left is really big. Despite the fact that I have a precision soldering iron. But it is what it is. Yeah, I might need to hold this in the other hand. Ah. Oh, okay, that's cool. Uh, that's what I was afraid of. It's gonna come off. So it did. Here, I'll, sorry, minimize the view here. But what I might need to do is restart this joint potentially. That joint there is a little bit too fat. I'm wondering though, it's a way I could push this joint out of the way. Yeah, okay. I think that's the best I can do there. If you ask me, now I've taken a look at it, I think I have some other notes that I'm going to write down. So, I have these heat shrink wrap, but I think I might need to get bigger heat shrink wrap because the solder joints themselves are pretty big. I need to be able to wrap around them. And I have wrap that's slightly bigger, so I'm going to probably be utilizing that instead. So I have it right here. This will probably be big enough. There's a slightly larger size. And I'm gonna end up removing this one here. So it can fully encompass the bead. In fact, I might even just go a size up. Because the size up is what's going to help me in case the solder gets, like, really bald. You know, really balls up quite big. Snowballs almost. This black one here, I think. Yeah, I'll try that, and we'll see how that works. I'm gonna make a little like hook. There we go. Damn. Yeah. Okay. So this is a problem. I'm gonna actually have to cut this off because the solder joint is just insanely huge. In fact, I might as well cut all of these pieces evenly. Yeah, and start from scratch. I didn't want to, but what I'm working with here is not ideal. And you can see the difference between that first solder. Let me put it on the camera here. You can see maybe the difference between, if I can show it on screen. It's frustrating aspect of working with this camera, but there you go. You can see how small the first one is, first solder joint is. And the second one's just way too huge, and you can't solder the next wire next to it. So that's another limitation that we're gonna have to figure out. So what I'm doing is moving the size up in terms of heat shrink wrap, which I probably should have done to begin with. These are too small. I'm gonna move. Well, actually, I'm probably gonna move 3 sizes up. I throw this wire out. I have a lot of this wire. It's fine. You get these 3. These other 3. And then I just gotta undo all of the other ones. These strands here. These on. I'll make the microscope view a little bit smaller so you guys can see. And these, gotta take these again. Then I'll strip them. There we go. That one done. And then I have another set of USBs that we can draw upon. Now the diagram looks at it like this. So if we flip it at 180, red is going to be on the left. Yo, my mechanic. Hello. How's it going? Going good? There we go. Right there. And got all these wires here, so we should be good to go. And get this one red one lined up. You should watch the movie named Mechanic. Yeah, dog, what about you? I'm doing all right. Doing fairly well. One of the things that's super annoying though is like just getting all of this to align. This is probably the worst part, actually. Making sure the wire is held and then not accidentally bumping it. Let's turn this on. Oh yeah, and then also putting it into view. Is that in view? Oh no, it isn't. See, when I put it back over here, it just falls off. I think that's pretty good. It's all right, man. I think those pins might be the worst I've ever worked with. It's so tiny, man. Yeah, I think I just screwed that in. I want to start with something fresh, man. That's kind of effed up. I could desolder it, but I just don't want to spend the time. I see where this goes, actually. There's the other strategy of taking this, sticking it through here, right there at the end, right at the end there, and feeding it in. No, that's not gonna work. It does not have a solid hold, does it? Oh, I see what happens. Hold on 1 second. That could work. I doubt it. Let's see. Yes, probably will. Like so. See that? Okay. I'll take a good look at that. That looks pretty good. This is the best option that I have here, is the shrink wrap over the I/O port. Oh man. I think I did that correctly. Yeah, no. 1 second. I can adjust it just once. Shite. It slipped off. It slipped off, damn it. Oh no. Wait. It's working. Got it. We got it. There we go. There we go. Here, I'll show you what I'm looking at. It's something like this. You guys can see? Maybe I should put some light on it. Well, yeah, it looks pretty clean. Like, that's a solid solder joint right there. In fact, we could probably do a continuity test to see if it reaches the other end with the multimeter. It's one thing that can be established. Just put this right over here. So it's like continuity mode. Like that. So once I put that out of the way, we can, I'd say, strip back the red wire here and see what we get. Oop. There we go, red wire. Didn't get it there. Okay, that was a mistake. Yep. Strip that again, and we'll check to see if everything is all right. Man, that's funny. It was working before. There we go. I think I have to go at an angle with the cutters, and then you get them. So that's the one wire we have there. Let's see. I don't know how well this can touch the wire here. I have a feeling it can't. I have a feeling I might need to switch out probes in order to check that. Which, in that case, I might need to find a probe kit if it's already soldered on. One thing I don't have at the moment. I do have it somewhere, it's not on me. Yeah, I'm gonna need a probe kit for that. So I'll keep that in mind next time we do this. To get the long probes that allow me to get into that little hole crevice thing there. This side, right there. But seems like a pretty good connection. I don't think that's coming loose. And then we have, after the red wire, we have the white wire, which is data negative, as according to the diagram. That I'm going to need to strip. So I'm going to not make the same mistake, and then strip from this side. Strip at an angle, if that makes any sense. If YouTube's watching this, for context, this is stripping a wire. I can't reach that quite correctly, can I? I'm gonna need get my claw arm here. I'll let that warm up. Put this on. The thing that's difficult about this. Uh, uh-oh. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So we got that end soldered. I don't know how well we did there. Probably not as well as the first one, but we'll see. Start to get out. That's pretty sturdy. You just have to cut off the end there, and that's pretty easily done. So grab these. Needle nose pliers. It's pretty much done. Oops. I wouldn't recommend it. There we go. That's one side. And that's 2 for 2. On so you can see. Again, not perfect, but still like a lot better than like before. I might try to chop that off. I might try to do that real quick. So that's the third one there, or second one, I should say. There you go. That's a visual for you guys right there. Looks pretty good. I hope it made a good joint there. I think it did. So I took out the wire. Again. The thing that's so annoying is with these wire strippers. So I've made like a little loop around here just to see if I can sort of like almost fish for the end. Ensnare it. Ensnare it is probably the best word for it. That's the only way I can think of properly securing this point, especially so close to another solder joint that has some protective sheathing over it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use a probably an alligator clip to secure this because this is not going in, not in the way that I thought it was gonna. Whew. This will allow me to put the sheathing back further, and then I can wrap this around down here to sort of even out the length. Unfortunately, I stripped the wire a little too much to the point where it fell off. think I'm gonna hold it like this and have the arm come around this way. So you guys can see sort of what I've done there. I've wrapped it around. I mean, they made like a little winding. Yep, clip doesn't get it for whatever reason. That looks okay. That actually looks pretty decent. Burns a little bit of my knuckle there. Gotta be careful with soldering iron. Here. I might need to chop that off. I have some smaller. I have some smaller needles or clips here. Should do the trick. Oh shit. Yeah, accidentally bumped that. Oh, you got it. I think I came up with an idea for this one. You see how well that holds? Probably not very well. All right. Let me give this a shot. Uh, So as you can see there, I accidentally broke the solder joint right over here. That's unfortunate. These two ones are good. This one broke off. So I've learned some things here. Basically, it's not only good to have the heat shrink wrap here, but it's good to have uh, basically all these wires wound around the point that you need to attach to. So I'm gonna remove this, and then I'm gonna probably try start from fresh again because this is pretty mangled, and I learned, although not mangled for no reason. I learned a lot of things. So I got, yeah, unwind it, strip it, get it done. I mean, yeah, those were that was really difficult actually to pull off. Yeah, I had to destroy the USB to get those out. Let me see what we have here. These are housings. This will work. So I'm gonna have to go get some fetch from here. That's 4? No, 5. Put one away. Take these and sheathe them like so. Let's hold it like this. I'll show you what I'm working with here in one moment. Come on. There we go. I just want it to kind of sit. Yeah, and it pops off again. It'd be nice if I had like a proper holder for this. I think I have to go research a little bit more about how they do USB. I mean, I bet they're not doing it this way, actually. Let's put it at that. Is that good? No. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Hey, Musatube. How's it going? How are you? By the way, how is the audio? Is it pretty good? Right now, I'm working on a USB cable. We made a lot of mistakes, but we also learned a lot of things. I'm gonna try to put it in this hand here. Just give it a quick, these wires are tangled. Let me get this out of the way. Good, bro. Audio good. Laptop is still on the way. Oh, you're the one who got the framework laptop, yeah? I'm gonna put this on the other side. I'll show you what I've done with that joint. Maybe, there we go. You guys can see that joint well? That's what I did. Trying to isolate them as best I can. But these ends are like insanely tiny. I think they're meant for like a factory or something. Like they're not really meant to be soldered onto. Oh no, you weren't disturbing me at all. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, so I got that end in. And now what I'm going to do is try to get the white wire, which is data negative, around this end here. There you go. All right, let's see if I can get this disaster of a wire wrapped around. Oh, that should work. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know if I have the tooling tolerances for this. Let's see here. Right. Turn that on. Oh. There we go. So I have it reattached. All of it's attached here. I don't know if you can see it. There we go. Yeah, so I gotta solder around that point. Just rewiring or rewinding solder here. I think that's it. Hello, Kazakhstan. Hello, hello. How are you? How you doing? You're doing okay? That's good to hear. That's awesome. That looks good. That's soldered right there. Show you what I'm looking at. I don't know how well that's going to show up on the camera there, but it's fairly decent. All right, so we got the this end here. Trim that off. Or put that down. So let her push this over. All right. Aguito. No, thank you. There we go. Third wire. Man, third wire is hard to sneak in here. Got it. That should be it. And you guys can see it right there. Actually, I think I heard thunder outside. One second. I want to check something here real quick. Uh, yeah. Okay, yeah, we got a thunderstorm coming in. All right. Makes more sense. Oh, P22. Good morning. What's this? Good morning. Hello. How are you? So we got 3 wires here. Looks pretty good, actually. I'm good, thanks. And how are you? I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. I'm building a USB cable, and we had a lot of issues when it comes to soldering to these very tiny points on the USB. I could give you a little bit of an overview, but yeah, these joints look pretty good from my view. These are the ones that I've done. And you have to be super, super precise, or else it just won't work. And I'm thinking that there might be a better option. I might have selected a more difficult option than it needed to be when it comes to soldering this tiny point. So, yeah. But at the end of the day, I think it's good practice for me to get used to this, so I can move on to even harder projects. Because I'm assuming that there's probably worse than this. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I accidentally chopped that one. Man, that's so annoying, man. Like, I swear, there is a little bit of a rhyme and reason to why this is going on, but mm, just can't get the right angle. That's all I'm talking about. Ooh, okay, yeah, yeah. Done that a couple of times. Yeah, try to avoid it if I can. All right, I think that's the best it's gonna be. I don't know, put that on. You guys can decide for yourselves. That is what I have there. To give you a bit of an idea. Give it up light. Maybe not. It's a little bit better. It looks a bit better. There we go. Got a little bit of hook on there. I love how it translated my name on screen to high cell phone instead of high Seth. That's pretty funny. I gotta rewind everything. But I think the soldering job is done. For this side, at least. I haven't heard it referred to a cell phone in years. It's always smartphone now. That's, oh yeah, that's pretty good. And then I can kind of get this around through, here. I should be able to. Let's see. Oh, man. This one joint here? This one pesky joint. It doesn't want to go over. How does the respirator help for this? Prevents me from breathing in the fumes. Also keeping a window open. Particularly rosin. You don't want to breathe in rosin. Oh, I see what the matter is here. Wait. How was I this silly? Man. There we go. That is super frustrating to use, man. But I'll show you what I did very soon. I'll let you guys in on the progress. This should go here. It's down here. Should right over there is good. Not too close. But that's my soldering work. Right here. If I could put this down a little bit further, I would. And I'll focus for you. Give you sort of an idea. It's a lot better than I thought it would be. So it's improved. Maybe you could see on the regular camera too. And that's it. That's what I did. We'll see if this holds. It should. It should hold fairly well. In fact, if anything, what might be prudent, I didn't even think about this until now. This is an idea. I should print USB housings. I have a 3D printer. I could print the USB housings for this, and it never occurred to me until now to do that. So that's one thing I should probably note. Very close to stripping it. There we go. We go up at an angle. That seems to be the consistent factor, is going up at an angle and testing it. So next step might be to voltmeter test this. So stick it into a plug and read the voltage across the lines. So we'll see here. See if this oh man. I wish I had the hooks on it. So what's it reading there? You guys have better access than I do. Oops. Yeah, it seems to be working. I think that's the average that you're supposed to expect, which is around 5 volts, or that's in millivolts, I think. I wonder if I can switch that. I don't think so with the select feature. Relative? So now it's in volts. Yeah, this is not working exactly like that. I want. It's not doing the exact same thing that I want it to do. Come here. That's it. That's good. Okay. Um, I'm sure that's working. But I think I'm gonna have to end it here. I'll do some tests afterwards to see if everything is fully working. But for now, I think I'm gonna take a break and look towards doing something else in the meantime. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all later. So, bye bye.